Hey guys, welcome to quadcopters.com, and here we are with yet another video. This is not a product video or any product review video, rather than it will be a build video. In this video, we have made a new mini hexacord. It is a custom build that I have done. I have designed it. I would not say it's my design, but I have used couple of designs on the internet. I've combined all the goodness of all the designs, and I've made one mini hexa frame. You can see these are the plates of the mini hexa frame. It would be looking somewhat like this, and this will come on top of it, and then this will be the camera plate that will be at the very top. It will be connected using some anti-vibration, so you would not get vibration in the cameras. And these are the arms that will be connected like this. So this is a mini hexa. We have a lot of mini quads out there, so I've decided let's go ahead and make a mini hexa. Let's see how it flies. So in this video I will do I'll show you how to assemble the frame. And this whole build will be divided in I guess two or three videos. In one video we'll have the frame, and the other video will do the electronics, and in the final video we'll do the configuration and the flight video. So the electronics that I'm planning to use on this cord are the Emax motors. If you see, these are very good motors. I love the DYS motors more than these, but the good thing about these motors are these run off 4 cells also. So in future, if I plan to upgrade this to 4 cell, then I don't have to change the motors. I can use the same motors on the 4 cell. And I'm going to use 12 amp Simon K ESCs along with this, and I'm going to fly this on a 2200 mAh LiPo. I'm not very sure about the LiPo as of now, but these are the motors and the ESCs. And about the controller I've decided to use is the latest controller that we have added in the core in the product store, that is Flip32. We had a video added in last couple of days about a review and very nice how to use this. So with this build I'll be using this controller, and let's see how it goes. So first, how to build. So first, to assemble the frames, you will need some hardware like some M3x10 nuts, some spacers, some screws. I have plenty of screws here with me, and some small screws along with them. So we start with using the bottom frame, so I'll just keep them aside. And one more thing which I forgot to mention is this frame, the motor to motor distance, or the size of the frame, is the 300 mm, that is 30 centimeter, the motor to motor distance. So it is not very big, but yet it would be classified as a small. The reason why I'm decided to go with hexa is I wanted to add a bigger battery. The biggest problem with the smaller cord, that is 250 mm cord, the 250 size cord, is that you are limited with the size of battery that you use. That you cannot use a larger size battery like 2200 mAh or 3300 mAh, which increases the weight of the cord, and it really decreases the time of your whole flight. So I've decided to add 2 more motors, so you get more thrust and extra battery, so that you will get a good balance between the flight time and the thrust that you have. So let's go ahead and go with the build. So you keep it like this. You use these. So this is the bottom plate. So first let's add all the screws. So by the way, the frames, these cutouts are made using 1.5 mm glass fiber sheets. the body, the arm is made using 3mm acrylic sheet. I was trying to find a 3mm thick carbon fiber, but I was not able to find it, so I used the 3mm acrylic sheets to make this. So we will quickly turn this around. Okay, great. So we'll just line them up pretty quickly. Okay, first there goes the second arm. There goes the third arm. Okay, mind you, all the holes, all the cuttings are done on a CNC machine. These are not like, you know, hand cut or hand drilled. Everything is done by machine, so it's very accurate. You would have some or the other flaws, like the holes, like we had the problems in screws were not going in very easily, so we would face that problem, but nothing major, I hope. So that's done. So the next step is you add the second plate. So as of now I'm not adding the third screw, I'll do that later, but you have to add the third screw before you go ahead and do the build completely. So here is the top plate that you add. Okay, as you see, since everything is CNC done, it went ahead very smoothly. I really like that. Okay, now you add the I'm not sure what are the length of these screws. I guess these are not 10 mm long. We'll have to change them down the line because we need 10 mm screws. These arms. What is wrong with this? Okay, these are 20 mm screws. Oh, my bad. So these are 20 mm screws, not 10 mm screws. We'll have to change them with 10 mm screws. Okay. Okay, so let's now add the third screw. You can add the third screw very easily. Okay guys, now so we'll have to remove these screws, these ones, and we'll have to use short ones. These are M3x10 which I found in the store, so I'll quickly go ahead and remove this. Okay, so well, you can rather use M3x10 on all the three screws on the each arms rather than using this 20. This is really very long, and of course this would add the weight, but for this build I will use the 20. Later on the product we'll definitely have to provide M3x10 screws with this frame. Okay, this also came out. So here are the M3 10 screws, which will go pretty easily in each of these slots. So since this is a M3 3 mm arms with two 1.5 mm thick sheets, so I'm expecting a 4 mm screws that would be protruding out of the other side. Just use the other bigger screw and screw this out. Okay, we'll do this pretty quick. This fell off. One fell off. We'll do that later. So on these 6 screws, we are not going to use nuts, but we are going to use spacers. Okay, then here we'll tell you why do we use spacers. These are M3x25 spacers. Of course, you will get all the hardware with the frame, the kit that you will get. Okay, and the last one here. So as of now, just for this build video, everything is very loosely done. I'm not tightening anything around. Okay, so this is how it looks so far. Looks good. Okay. So on top of this we will have this frame, this plate, I must say, not frame, this is the plate which will come on top of these, and this will go in with these smaller screws. These are M3x6 screws. Okay, here are the screws that you see, M3x6 screws. Okay, so what we have right now, you can see the frame is almost ready. This is how the frame will looks like a spider, I must say. 2 colors really add to the frame. You can see it's a bit thick, not very thick. It is not very huge. The motor to motor distance is 30 centimeter, not 30 mm. 300 centimeter, and you can see the front arms are pretty wide. So this is the space that we have provided if you want to use a CCTV camera, CCD camera, I beg your pardon. And it sticks very nicely in this space. And over this, the last part that you'll have to do is you'll have to fix these, add these, and fix the top plate, the camera plate, which I like to call. So this anti-vibration will literally help us to remove the vibration to reach the camera. I guess I'm doing it in the wrong way. Should have connected these first to the camera plate. Anyways, as I said, there is no right way of doing it. How you like to do it is the right way. So remember, this should be on the left hand side. These 2 notches that you see, because the GoPro, if it is GoPro or the SJ4000, if it is facing in the front, the camera is the lens is on the left hand side. So that is why if you want to use the lens Velcro, then this is the spacer to come. So you will yes, guys, it was simple. Okay, ta-da. See, it's anti-vibration. So this is how the frame looks. Pretty nice, clean, looks like a spider. Also help me guys to suggesting a good name for this kit. This will be yet another frame under the Hunter series. The Hunter series that we have is for the mini quad section, that is less than 300 mm, 300 or 300 300 mm, less than 300 mm section size. So this will definitely come under the Hunter section. One more thing I forgot to mention is if you see the motor mounts that we have over here, the motor mounts are very nice. It's pretty different. The motor mounts have different holes. If you see, the holes that you see on the cross are the 3 mm. You can fit Sunny Sky motors with it very easily. The Sunny Sky motors come with 3 mm screws, and the motor mount that you see on the plus is 2 mm. So 2 mm for the DYS or Emax motors, or even 180 size motors. They come with 2 mm mounting screws. So this frame is versatile. You can use it for different size of motors, not only one size. We have kept that in the mind while designing this frame. Okay guys, so this is the frame. So I'll be back with another video in which we will do the electronics. We'll select the electronics, we will solder the ESCs and everything. So stay tuned guys, we'll be very soon come up with the next part. Thanks for watching and do subscribe.